Hey guys, I am back in the motorhome. It's a very, very wet day. It's been raining off and on all day. I came over here earlier and I put some gas in the gas tank and found out the electric fuel pump does in fact work. And I got it to start up and run on its own for about a minute. And then it shut off and either the starter was just locking up or the battery died. So I'm back, I charged the battery up, and I have brought some manual encouragement for the starter, and I'm going to try to get this carburetor filled up with fuel and see if we can get it running, because the fuel pump I think needs to stay on for a little bit for the carburetor to fill up because it's been empty for so long, and I'll just cross my fingers and hope when I turn the key the starter starts. If not, I'll have to find where the starter is on this thing and slap it with a hammer, and we'll go from there. All right, I got the battery hooked back up. I'm going to turn the key on. Oh, that's lit up. That's interesting. I don't hear the fuel pump. That might be a good thing. I'm going to try and turn the key and see if we get a starter. That was great. Oh, come on, baby. Oh! Fuck, we got fire! Fire! Oh. Our fuel filter is leaking terribly, which just started a fire a second ago. And I don't want that again, because I had to pour almost my entire beer out just to put that fire out, because, you know, I'm working here without a fire extinguisher like a professional. So I need to get a new fuel filter. I need to cut this hose back too, because the hose is messed up and leaking, and probably a couple new clamps. So I'm gonna back up here and grab a fuel filter and cut this hose and then reclamp this with new clamps and go from there. Alright, got a new fuel filter on there, some clampies. Let's try again without making fire. Look at the fuel coming in. Excellent. Here we go. Keep getting her fuel, baby. This fuel hose is so weird too. This thing probably does not push enough fuel in here. There we go. That's probably the longest she's run in a long time. Sorry for all the screeching there, guys. I'm going to try and get her going again here. There we go. Idling on her own. I just literally turned the key. There it is right there, boys. I think that nominates the victory beer. She's alive. All right, well, I'm going to bask in this gloriness for a few minutes. Let's try to fire it up again. Key on, fuel pressure, and... Look, I can go all the way back here and it runs. I'm not helping it. It's alive. It's alive. She runs like an absolute champion. But I have found a problem. There be no brakes on this beast. I'm gonna look under the hood and see if it needs brake fluid, because I want to move it, but there's no pedal at all. I'm not throwing it in drive without having any way to stop it. So I'm gonna check that. The rain's about to stop here. So the rain is not letting up right now. I went out there in the rain and tried to get the cap to the brake master cylinder off, and I'm going to need tools, and it's raining too much. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to see if the temperature gauge actually works. I'm going to let it run for a little bit and see if this gauge moves at all. All right, so let me start this thing back up. I'm going to pump the carb a couple times, and then we'll turn the key and see what happens. All right, now I'm going to wait a few minutes and see what happens. All right, so I had it running for about 5 minutes or so, and that gauge did not move at all. So just to be safe, I shut it back off, and when the rain lets up, probably in a couple days or so, I'm going to pour some coolant in this thing, because I don't think there's any coolant in the reservoir too. And then we'll go from there, but right now it will ably start up on its own with just a couple pumps of the carb, and then the fuel pump takes over, and it goes. Also, we will have to address the brakes. In a few days or so, we'll do that. But until then, here we are. Thanks for tuning in, guys. And if you want to see more with the Barth Motorhome restoration, make sure you sub. Thank you.